Hello, everyone, and welcome to Influential Leadership Tips. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm John Hadley.
John, question for you. Ever have a goal that you're working towards, only to have certain things happen, certain obstacles or challenges come up that just totally distract you and knock you off your game?
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, I guess it happens to everyone. I was just thinking about that because I was watching the U.S. Open tennis tournament, which just finished 2016. In case some of you are getting this issue years from now. But in the quarterfinal match, Andy Murray, he was a favorite to win. He was seeded number 2, playing the best tennis I think he's played this year. And some interesting things happened in the match. He was playing Kei Nishikori, and he won the first set easily. He came out, won 6-1, won it very easily. The second set was 3-all, and then it started to rain. So now at the U.S. Open, they have a roof they can close in about 7-8 minutes. So there was like maybe a 10-minute delay where the players had to wait for this. And when he came back, the momentum had shifted just because of that delay. And Kei Nishikori won the second set, 6-4, I think it was. Third set, Andy Murray came back, won the set, so he's up 2-1. You play best out of 5 in the men's tournaments. The fourth set's where things got really interesting. I think it was 1-all, and Andy Murray had a break point against Kei Nishikori. And in the middle of the point, there was something going on with the sound system. It was like a really loud gong sound. And the chair umpire said, stop the point, and made them replay it. And Andy Murray just had a fit about that. Actually, I'm attaching a little YouTube video just to show that part of the match below this video so you can see it. I've never seen anything like it. And I know this messed with his mind because not only did he go over and talk to the chair umpire, actually not right away, but after the next point, because he lost the next point, but he ended up losing the next 5 games.
Wow.
Lost that set. I know right after that happened and they replayed the point, Nishikori missed his first serve, put an easy second serve, a really slow second serve right to Andy Murray's backhand, and he drove it right into the net. So now you would think that's bad enough. So now it's 2-all, and they go into the fifth set. But there's also this butterfly flying all around the net, and it flew in front of Andy Murray as he was coming up to the net to hit a shot, distracted him there. And this butterfly was just there for multiple games. Murray started swatting at the butterfly, and the crowd was booing him. I mean, it was just all these things happened. He ended up losing the match in the quarterfinals. All this to say that we cannot, as leaders, let distractions, adversity, things beyond our control take us off our goal, take us out of our mindset, take us off our game, if you will. And it started me thinking, in business, what kinds of things do we have that are like that are similar? John, you can probably relate to this because you speak as well, but as a speaker, I could tell you multiple stories where things happen.
Yeah, you get a heckler who takes the speech off track or just asks us a question that really takes everything out of context.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you have to manage with the audience. I'll tell you some things that happened to me. Before I was getting ready for the speech, I always get there early because I know stuff is going to happen, okay? And my computer blew up. It literally fried 20 minutes before I had to start. I've had my computer freeze in the middle of a presentation. More than once, I've had the room set up in a way where there's a pillar right in the middle of the room, which I don't understand why they do that, but it's happened to me more than once where people in the audience have an obstructed view. One time I had to rearrange the whole room before the presentation. So things like this happen, right? And I started thinking, okay, what are some strategies as leaders we have to deal with that? And I came up with 3, and I'm sure there's tons more, and I would love to hear from our subscribers some stories or other strategies you have, so feel free to reply to this with your ideas. We'd love to hear them. But the first thing is you want to plan ahead for adversity. You're not being negative by doing this, but plan ahead. For example, when my computer fried, it was a good thing I had my slides on a flash drive. And, I got there early enough so that when this happened, I could get another laptop, put my slides on it, and I was good to go. So if you plan ahead for it, that's good. Another thing kind of related to that is expect adversity. So I know as a speaker, for example, there's going to be a problem with the room. I just go in thinking that. And again, some people might say, well, that's really negative and everything. But it's true. More times than not, there is an issue with the room. So I just go expecting it. And if there's no problem with the room, that's just a great surprise. I have more time to kill before I speak. But when there is a problem, it doesn't freak me out because I'm expecting it.
Well, just even taking something into account, like, okay, so I better be here 15 minutes ahead just in case.
Yeah,
I get there
an hour ahead. But.
Yeah, I better have room in my schedule in case this project plan, something happens on it. I can't put everything to just the exact moment that assumes everything goes right.
That's right. And you never know when it's going to rain. You have to close the roof, or when the butterfly is going to be flying around annoying you. It's that person that's really negative on your project team,
mm-hmm.
or the person that's always finding fault or blaming somebody that you have to manage.
Yeah, we had a project about 2 years ago. One of our critical IT resources. It turned out he came into the office one morning, and they confiscated his laptop and escorted him off the premises. It turned out he had responded to an inappropriate email. I'm sure there was more to it than that, but the rest of the team is left there with zero warning. Suddenly, a critical resource in the center of the project is just gone, and no chance to even transition what he knew or what he was doing.
Right. And it's key as a leader that you can roll with those punches
mm-hmm.
and keep things on track. Now, so we've got plan ahead for adversity, expect adversity. The third thing is to use the adversity. So again, with the pillar in the middle of the room, I couldn't change the room in that situation. And so what I did was use it. I said, we're going to be talking today about communication skills. And one of the important aspects of communication is developing rapport with a person. And let me tell you, the people sitting behind that pillar, we have a problem with rapport right now because I can't make that connection with you. And then I'd walk around the pillar and I'd say, see how much easier this is? But sometimes we put pillars in the way of our relationship. So I was using this whole pillar thing as a metaphor, and I was able to use that challenge as a positive aspect. So those are a few strategies I thought of. Again, we would love to hear from you. Other ones, think about what kinds of adversity is coming in that's beyond my control, and how can I keep things on track?
In terms of that adversity, it seems to me one key way is, instead of keeping it, hidden, is to bring, like you just did with your audience, bring your team in together and say, we've just been thrown for a loop by this issue. Let's figure out as a group how we're going to deal with this and unlock the power of the team.
Sure. Yeah, that's another strategy. And again, you take all the power out of it. You don't make it an elephant in the room.
Yep.
You bring it and you expose it, and it takes all the power out. So anyway, a lot for you to think about there. That's our tip. Have a great week.
Be influential.